Dre, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks. What's been your focus this off season after a full year under your belt? What have you really tried to hone in on to improve, or just to, kind of polish from your game from a year ago?
Right, just trying to really just understand the scheme as much as possible, and now that I got a year under my belt, just I got a good feel for the speed of the game, but just um, just the defense in general, and just understanding my job and my technique, and just trying to be 100% correct on all my assignments.
Hey, Dre, it's Matt Barrows from The Athletic. I believe that both you and Quan each started 8 games last year at will linebacker. Going into this next season, what are your expectations, or what have you been told about that spot, who the starter is at will?
I haven't, really been told anything, and just as a player, and as I don't really, look into, where I'm gonna be at, or expectations for coming in and playing or anything like that. I just kind of, we're both gonna be ready, and I know the coaches, they're gonna make the, right decision. So I'm just ready to play wherever, the coaches put me at, and just, I know I got to be ready to be able to play both positions.
Hey, Dre, it's Jennifer Lee Chan. Hey, now that you've had a little perspective to kind of look back at that moment in Seattle, is there anything different about it now? Does it seem bigger or smaller when you take a look back at that, kind of defining moment for your first year?
It doesn't really necessarily seem bigger. I know how big of a play it was, at the time, and what it helped us, get to, and but it doesn't seem, any bigger or any smaller. It was definitely a really memorable play, and I'm excited to have been a part of it, and really I'm just excited for next season, and now that I know that I can do it once, I'm excited to be able to do it over and over again. So I'm just it's not really that it's a big play or a small play. Now that I look back on it, it's it was just a great play altogether.
Dre, this is the Sacramento Bee. Sort of along those same lines, what kind of confidence did your rookie year give you, in contrast, maybe your mindset in that entering second season compared to how you were feeling 12 months ago?
It definitely gave me a big confidence booster, and it also just helped me to know that I'm able to not only play in the NFL, but it just gives me a boost for the seasons to come, and I'm excited just to continue to grow and continue to build off my first year, and I just I feel like it's only going to get me I'm only going to get better from here on out.
Hey, Dre, it's Tracy Sandler from Fangirl Sports Network. Can you talk a little bit about the virtual meetings and how you think those are going?
I think they're going really well. The coaches, they're doing a good job of just, really taking it slow and installing everything and making sure we really understand it. Because, a lot of guys in our defense already, a lot of guys in our room already been in the defense. We got a couple of new guys, but he does a good job of really just taking everything that we learned and just kind of making it fresh and restarting, so the newer guys can understand it and they can kind of get on the same mindset and page that we're on. And then, they're just doing a good job of just going into detail, even past what they did last year. They're building on last year and taking it to a deeper level, to where we're able to pick up on different cues and formations, and just being a lot more aware of, certain things.
Hey, Dre, this is David Lombardi from The Athletic. Last year, if you look at the advanced numbers, you were one of the best tackling linebackers in football as a rookie. I'm wondering if there was any coach or any technique or any form of training last year that you did to help you become such a good tackler that quickly in the NFL.
Coach Ryan did a really good job of he already kind of looked at me whenever I had him, as a coach, or, played against him during the Senior Bowl. He kind of had a good feel for my playing style and the way that I play. And he just kind of really helped develop me into being comfortable and being more confident on the field. And I think that all kind of just correlates to, being able to make tackles and being confident in making those tackles because, I understand not only my assignment, but I understand the technique that he wants me to play. And, and he allowed me to use my instincts a lot. And I think it always just correlates and just being confident on the field.
Hey, Dre, this is Cam Inman of the San Jose Mercury News. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're working out in Houston, is that right? And what's your plan on when you're going to be coming out to Santa Clara, and how do you anticipate the season playing out, just whether there's a crowd or not?
I'm actually in Fayetteville, Arkansas right now. Things have kind of been opening up back here, and I kind of got a good strength staff down here that I kind of like working with. So I'm in Fayetteville right now, and but I was in Houston working out with my dad and working out at the facility at the University of Houston, and that went really well. Just to be around family. But when I'm coming back to San Fran, Santa Clara, I'm not quite sure. I definitely think it's in the next week or two, just so I can kind of get around the treatment staff and some of the strength and conditioning staff that's there, just so they know how to prepare us for the season as good as anybody. So I plan on doing that in the next week and a half and just kind of getting in that environment and yeah.
Hey, Dre, you say you don't know specifically whether you're going to be playing weak side or strong side. So how do you prepare when you don't know, exactly what spot you're going to be in? What's that process like, and how different are those positions?
The process for each of the position is very similar. As being a will and playing Sam, strong side and weak side, you kind of do some of the same things, just opposite, I guess, technique on, certain plays. So, one play we might have a technique where the will got to play, and on that same play, the Sam might be playing opposite technique, and then vice versa on the next call, the will might have to play the opposite of Sam. So basically, you got to know, in order to learn the defense, you kind of got to really know both positions, and both positions kind of are similar to each other. So, I just kind of, I go in and, I kind of look at the things that I have trouble understanding, and I really try to, or learn and tone down on those things. But as far as just, naturally being able to play, I understand will. I understand a lot of majority of the playbook as far as, I understand the full playbook as far as the will. Sam is kind of something I'm more looking to into learning, better and, just getting more comfortable with it.
Hey, Dre, this is Eric Branch for the San Francisco Chronicle. As an SEC guy, did you know anything about Javon Kinlaw before, or have you watched any video of him since he was drafted? I guess just do you have any impressions of what kind of player he could be for y'all?
I played against him. I really didn't hear too much about him until a couple weeks before the draft, and his name kind of popped up, and I remember him from when I played him my junior year. And, just an explosive big guy that can really move, and it's going to be just the perfect food technique for us and the way that we play. And it's going to be exciting to see his potential. I think the way that Bosa came and really showed his talent. I think Kinlaw can do the same thing and very well maybe the defensive rookie of the year. I think he has that potential. So it's going to be exciting to be behind him and get the chance to play with him.
Dre, Jake Hutchinson, KNBR. Robert Saleh described you last year, right before the season started, as instinctive and sometimes almost too instinctive. You said D'Amico Ryans helped you sort of harness those instincts. At what point last season did you feel like you got a balance between being an instinctive player and having sort of patience and knowledge of the scheme?
I really felt like more really in the playoffs is when I really felt like I had knowledge of the scheme. Green Bay and Minnesota, those last couple of games in the playoffs, I felt really good about it. versus the Seahawks the last game, and there's a couple of teams in there that I wasn't necessarily as confident about. There was a lot of questions I had, and it's just a short week to try to understand and learn everything and ask all the questions. But I say about towards the end of the season, I really felt a lot more confident and felt like I can kind of really play how I want to play because I'm able to understand the defense a lot better.
Hey, Dre, it's Jennifer again. This is the first time we've spoken to you since DeForest was traded to the Colts. Can you talk about or kind of share your feelings about that with us? And then also, how are you all on the defense going to kind of make adjustments to make up for his absence?
When I first heard about it, it definitely sucks to lose somebody that was such a big impact player and such a player that such a great person that helped you on the field. How you doing, man? Good. But it's hard to lose somebody that was such a big impact player on the field, and but I'm excited for him, for one because he obviously gets to get paid, but I think that Buck is still gonna regardless of where he's at, he's gonna have a successful career and he's gonna be a great player for the coaches like he was for us, and I don't think we necessarily have a guy that can just come in and replace. I think the depth and the kind of guys that Coach Lynch and Coach Shanahan, the guys that they get, I think they do a great job of developing them and getting the guys that are ready to come in and play. And I think we have a couple guys that can come in and definitely fill in, for Buckner.
Hey, Dre, Akash on Roth from 4th and 9. Last week when Jimmy Ward spoke with us, he said that you were headed for stardom in 2020. Just what are your thoughts on that, and how do you go about achieving that this year?
I appreciate Jimmy, but for me particularly, I don't look into what people expectations are for me. I kind of just look at the expectations for myself, and I just as long as I go out there and I'm flying around and I'm having fun, I know I'm gonna be able to make plays and be able to just have fun with my teammates and celebrate with them. So I appreciate it, but I'm just ready to go play and have fun and enjoy the moment, and whatever else comes with them that comes with it, then it comes.